Hello tubers, it is 61 degrees today. I've got my probe here and I've got my digger shovel here with a 4-foot handle. Got my Garrett 350 metal detector, and I'm using today the headphones, and I'm wearing my leggings because this is dirty business. I'm wearing my schmutz shoes here and no socks because it's wet out there. We're going in the park here. It's really wet and the shoes get wet, socks get wet, so I might as well just get the shoes wet and then switch shoes later. So no sense in getting socks wet and all that. So we went out the other day, Rosie and me, and we did some metal detecting at a park, actually on Sunday, yesterday. And I found 3 pennies and a dime and then 9 bottle caps. Now here comes the thing with the Garrett 350. It shows bottle caps as quarters. It rings them up as quarters, but I did some research yesterday, and I talked to Rosie again to do some more research. She told me to do more research, so I did do some research, and there's a specific tone variation in bottle cap and a quarter. So I'm basically now out here with the headphones. I'm not gonna pay attention to the display because on the display, when I turn it on, it will go between iron and quarter, and it'll show quarter, but then it might also bounce back and forth. So they actually said that there was a gentleman that said that if you just go, instead of the display, which shows you that it's a quarter, you listen to the sound, and whenever you come across the bottle cap and you move away from it to the left and the right, and the sound fades out slowly, then it's a bottle cap. If it's a quarter, the sound will be beep. It will cut either way. If you move away to it, to the left or to the right, it will be a clear cut. There will be no fading out. So that's why today the headphones. And so we're gonna just practice out here, do a practice run. I might be lucky and find some clad coins out here. But this is basically just a training run for about an hour to get used to the tones, and then learn to detect by tone. That's what Rosie does. So that's why she's always so successful and pulling out tons of stuff. So anyways, we're gonna get going now, and first signal, I will be back. Okay, so I'm out here 5 minutes, and right here by the walkway, sidewalk here, I got a signal. I've been digging in here. I pulled out this big clump, and I took then the probe and I went over the hole, and it still gives me a signal over the hole, but as I went over this here, and it gives me another signal in here, but I got a signal pinpointed with the probe in this pile here, and so I went into this pile here and I found a penny. It's a memorial penny, but hey, within 5 minutes I found my first penny, and I think there's at least a couple more in here because I'm getting tons of signals. So I'm gonna just break all this apart and kind of keep looking. There's a bunch more in here. So my first penny within 5 minutes, pretty good. Second find, been digging right here. I already tried to close it up as good as I can here. It is muddy. Whew. Look at this, wow. Anyways, I pulled out a piece of metal wire. So it's a find, I guess, so we'll take that. And off to the next find. Okay, so I got a really good signal here. And first I dug this big chunk out and I scanned over it. You know, when you pull out the chunk, you go over it. And there is even something in there too. But I went over the hole. And right here, it went off again. So I took the shovel and took another little piece out. And I actually, what I did was, since the probe I've got ain't working, I've been taking that dirt here, and just holding that dirt up against this here like this, and I was able to determine the exact location of this. And we just spent another 5 minutes just here, so within like 10 minutes my second penny. So I think I'm starting to get the hang of it with the tones. So we'll just keep on at it and see what else we can find here. Alright, today is the day of the pennies. I dug a hole that's fairly, it's about 10 feet away from the sidewalk over here. I didn't really think I would find anything here, but I just walked through here, and about 4 inches deep here, I found my third penny. It is a monument penny, so it's not one of those very new ones. The new ones, they're like terrible. They deteriorate so fast. So yeah, my third penny here took me about 15 minutes. I went over there. You can see over there, there's the area where they play like baseball and stuff, and there's this red soil there that really distorted the coil here. I mean, it went totally crazy. So I decided to walk away from it and make my way up here towards the car, and ta-da! Third penny! Penny, penny, penny! So, you know what? It shows to me that I am starting to slowly get a hang of the signal with the headphones, and to actually find something. And I did not have the probe with me. I pinpointed it, and I did once again basically pick up the coil here high up, and then just take a wad of schmutz and just hold it up against it, you know, hold it up in the area, and then I could, when it would go off, pinpoint it, okay, it's in this clump of dirt, and then just break it apart, and yeah. Penny number 3. I'm gonna try to find one more, and then it's time to go home. It's starting to get dark. So anyway, so I'm already excited. 3 pennies, woohoo. Okay, so I just had over here that penny dug, and I move over 1.5 feet. I'm getting a signal again. And let me unplug the headphones. So I dug a scoop out, and Seeing I can get the signal right here. Not over the hole anymore. So I know it's in here somewhere. I pinpointed it. And it's right up in here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is now I'm going to break off this schmutz here, piece by piece, and hold it up against there. Okay, whatever it is, it's got to be in here. It's kind of weird, ain't it? It's going off, but it there's nothing in there. So let me check again. Over here. Okay, it's gotta be still here, if there's something here. Oh, that could have been my plug. No, it's going off on this thing here. There we go, looky here. I knew it had to be something. There we go, see, this is how I do this. Another penny. Basically, as you can see, when you now take this, and I need to like put this penny in my other hand here. See, now it won't go off anymore, but when it had the penny in it, it will go off. So there you go, penny number 4. And guess what? Mamacita is happy. I've dug out 4 pennies, and there was like 2 pennies, basically, one here and 1.5 foot away. So that is pretty awesome. So I dug out here for about an hour, went crisscross country here, and I got 4 pennies. So I'm happy. I think I'm starting to get the hang of it. So anyway, so I'm gonna have to close this hole up. This is the thing that you want to make sure of when you dig in the park. Let me wrap this around my neck. That you will be like closing the holes. You don't want somebody to fall and break their neck on park property. So we made sure the hole is nice and closed. This one here, you can even tell that I've dug here. I've got that so nicely concealed here. So put all that schmutz in here. So yeah, 4 pennies. You're gonna laugh and say, oh, 4 pennies ain't nothing. But you know, the other day all I pulled out was bottle caps. And today I only pulled out 2 bottle caps and 4 pennies. So how about that for improvement? So let's go back to the car and let me show you the shovel. The soil is so sticky that it won't even come off of the, it won't even hardly come off the shovel. So it's in a pain in the ass to clean. Anyways, I'm happy, and I gotta say, shoes actually stayed pretty dry, or maybe I just don't feel it anymore. But they do feel dry to me. So yeah, woo! I call this a successful hunt. Starting to go from catching bottle caps to digging out pennies. Alright, I'm not gonna hold you guys up any longer. I thank you for watching, coming out here along with me. And we will be treasure hunting more often. And hopefully next time pull out some quarters too. So thank you for watching. Love you all. Mwah. Toodles. Back home, and I did, before I got in the car, I did have to take my shoes off because I want to show you this. This is what the shoes look like when you go out in the mud. So I actually recommend to get rubber boots if you go out in the mud, because nasty, bah. So yeah, I didn't want to get my car schmutzig, so I took my shoes off.